as it goes by. I want you filed a bill, and I want you to set up, because in our next segment, Luther Campbell's coming in to give us that firsthand perspective of the bill that you just filed. Yeah. And it's, we're going to do, this is our sports segment now. Teddy Bridgewater was suspended because he spent money on his youth athletes. Yeah. And now your bill makes that possible.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, what happened with Teddy Bridgewater should have never happened. Sometimes coaches spend more time with...
Fill in our viewers who may not know what happened.
Well, Teddy Bridgewater was suspended by the FHSAA because he was providing Uber rides home, and providing food
at
Northwestern Senior High School for his students. So he was suspended. Which should have never happened. Yeah, sometimes these coaches spend more time with these athletes than their teacher and their parents do. Mm-hmm. And to Teddy Bridgewater's credit, he did not want these kids walking home by themselves after practice, so he purchased Uber for them to get home. Some of them didn't have food to get when they got home, so he purchased food for them, and he was suspended. Because of that, it should have never happened. So
because it was against the rules,
against their bylaws, and so now this bill says that a coach can provide these type of services for their athletes, but they have to report it. There are safeguards that's on it, and to make sure that my colleagues know that this is a bipartisan effort that we're doing, I'm looking to follow a Republican over in the House, which is my good friend, Representative Chip LaMarca. Because we want to make sure that coaches do have that ability to help those students. They shouldn't be penalized for it, nor should have Teddy Bridgewater been penalized for it.
So the upshot of the opposition to that is that could be used for recruitment or under the table. NFL has also rules against stuff like that.
They do. I mean, that's why the safeguards have been put in place. But I'll be very frank and very honest with you. Yeah, I am less concerned about that from that perspective, and more concerned about from the perspective of these students who we want off the streets. These students we want to get home safely, ensure that they grow up they can contribute to our society. We want to make sure that can happen. And so, if a coach desires to help within the safeguards, to help these athletes in the school system, I think they should be allowed the opportunity within reason, nothing crazy, but within reason.
Will you be supportive of that?
I'll tell you, I read the bill. The safeguards seem to be in place. Senator Jones has been reasonable on all this, and my dear friend Chip LaMarca being part of that bill, once he files it, I think will help it move along quite a bit. I think I don't have a problem with the philanthropy, with helping the kids out. I do believe that the reporting is required, just like we have to report as members of the House and et cetera. So I think with the reporting, it'll be fine. If there's transparency involved in it, it's good.
I'm just going to end on the high note right here and feel the love in the room. Tom Fabrizio, Republican from Miami Lakes, Chevron Jones, Democrat from Northeast Miami, Dade.
Yes.
I really appreciate your insights, and you're always willing to come in and have these conversations. And you set up Luther Campbell very nicely for me, so we're going to get some insight on that bill too, because he walks that walk.
Yes, he does.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, as we were saying, hear it firsthand from that South Florida icon. He turned to coaching kids after making free speech history in the courts. Luther Campbell knows the passion, he knows the purpose, and he's right here with us live next. Luke is rewriting history as a coach. He founded the Liberty City Warriors youth football program to give structure and inspiration to boys in need of both, a program that's grown some NFL players, including Teddy Bridgewater. Luther Campbell, one of the first to say that this new bill is going to be a big win. Right here to get into it. You are right off a plane, I hear. Are you in the airport?
Yes, I am.
Welcome. Yes. I'm so glad you were able to be here with us today. So you've been a coach since 2012. It's been a little more than a decade, right? I mean, and such an advocate for that. But you're coaching a private, not a school league. Take me through what it takes to teach those kids what you need to teach.
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank you for allowing me to come on the show. And then the second thing is Teddy Bridgewater didn't play for our program. He played for a program called Bunch Park in Opelika.
Okay. Our program, so different program, same concept, different program.
Same concept. I mean, we all do it for the kids, but at the end of the day, I coach at Miami Edison Senior High, and I've been coaching high school football for over 20 years. And so I pretty much understand the challenges, the rules, the regulations. I kind of try to work closely with the district, the state, on different rules and things like that. And like I said, it's very difficult. When you come from a public school setting versus a private school. Private school have totally different set of rules that don't really align with public schools. Public schools are held to a very high standard, and so a win like this for public school and public school kids is very, very important. Senator Jones was able to put this bill in and hopefully get passed, and I just want to applaud for doing this.
So the Florida High School Athletic Association, FHSAA, had the rules in place, the rules that got Teddy Bridgewater suspended, because they wanted, purportedly to make an even playing field so that nobody spends money that another school doesn't and is able to maybe recruit better players, things along those lines. So how do you mitigate that? How do you do the good work and mitigate someone or some school that wants to game the system?
Well, what Teddy Bridgewater did, and what we do on a consistent basis is our public schools are located in blighted areas. And what Teddy was allegedly had done was, okay, I'm gonna get a kid an Uber ride. Let's assume Northwestern Miami Edison plays a football game at 7 p.m. in Homestead. The kids are getting home probably 11 o'clock by the time they leave out of the locker room, 11, 12 o'clock. That kid mom is nowhere to be found. That kid is sitting there right across the street from probably one of the most dangerous housing projects in America. We can't get him an Uber ride. That is against the law. Another situation, we deal with homeless kids in public schools. Public schools have things set up where we accommodate homeless kids. Homeless kids play sports. They miss the meal that the homeless shelter just gave. We can't get them a meal. That is asinine to me, and so when the Florida High School Association or anybody want to push back on this because they feel like this bill would help out private schools, well, private schools are already doing it. The St. Thomas's of the world, the American Heritage, they're already riding buses and vans in our community for athletes only and not for kids who are high academic standard kids. They're doing it just for football players, for track players, for girls basketball players and things like that. This bill helps level the playing field for more reasons than one.
So take me through, speaking of leveling the playing field, so now, if this bill passes, we've got a little bit of bipartisan support kind of right here today. And it will be also presented in a bipartisan manner. You heard Senator Jones talk about Representative Chip LaMarca is going to be carrying this on the House side. How do you level the playing field among coaches who may not have the financial resources to provide those things for their kids?
Let me tell you, Glenn, I don't know a coach that doesn't pick a kid up, drop him off. Whether or not he's me or anybody else. I mean, my program, Liberty City Optimist, tons of coaches pick kids up, drop them off. Mom not nowhere to be found, dad not nowhere to be found, pay their insurance, take kids, grab them something to eat. They start at the park level doing this. So it's no different in high school where a lot of coaches are not, in Miami-Dade County, in public schools, number one, we're the worst paid coaches in America. These coaches are making 13 cents a day, and they're working year-round. That's a fight that we've already been fighting.
13 cents a day?
13 cents a day. 13 cents a day. You coach in public school in the state of Florida, your stipend is around $800 to $1,200. So if you add that up, times 365 days, and you have to be in these kids' lives 365 days We have the worst. We pay our coaches the worst amount of money. And so with that said, these coaches don't do it for money. They do it for the love of these kids. And they understand the communities that these kids come from. And so for Teddy Bridgewater or anybody like that, myself or any coach, that's denied or put in a situation where they're going to get suspended because they're getting a kid an Uber ride or buying them some McDonald's because they know they're going to be hungry at night. It's crazy, and I love the fact that this bill is being moved by in a bipartisan way. That means you have Democrats and Republicans that feel for our kids and putting our kids first, and I love this idea.
Did you have anything to do with this bill? Were you the brains behind it at all?
Was I the brains? No, these. I did what any other community person would do. Would get on the phone, call your elected official, and what I urge everyone to do: call your elected official. And what I did was call Senator Jones. Senator Jones, contacted some of his friends on the other side of the aisle, and here we are today. And I just think it's a beautiful thing, and this is how our democracy should work on a consistent basis.
Amen to that. All right, one more question for you, because now that you're so politically involved, I know you ran for Miami mayor way back when, it was about 10 years ago.